Hey girlfriends, welcome back. I hope you guys are having a really great day. I know it's been a little bit tough for us. We're all stuck in the house, and for those of us who are extroverts or for those of us who just like to be around people constantly, I know this is really hard for you. Fortunately for me, this is like a cakewalk. I'm totally used to being at home. So I wanted to come through and show you guys how I do my feed-in braids. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to film my own feed-in braids when I had the little tiny ones in. Well, they weren't that tiny, but they were small. It took me like a week to do on my own head. I wasn't able to film that, so I asked my sister to come to the house. This was before all of the coronavirus stuff happened, okay? This was shot like early March, okay? So I asked my sister to come over, and she's just like, okay. She loves to be my little guinea pig. She doesn't mind. Frankly, I don't think she cares. You can tell how she's looking in this video. She does not care. I really like doing feed-ins. I feel like they're super easy. They're much easier than trying to get like the knot, getting the hair taut to the scalp. I think feed-ins are more forgiving. So I'm hoping that this video can act as inspiration to someone. Maybe you can see how my hands are moving so you can have like that aha moment. I know that's how I finally figured out how to do feed-in braids. I watched so many videos, and finally I can't even remember the particular video I saw, but just something about how her hands were moving made sense to me, because everyone braids differently, and even when I'm braiding my own hair, I hold my hands different from when I'm braiding someone else's hair. So I'm gonna show you guys. You'll see both ways. You'll see me doing my sister's hair at the very end of the video. You'll see me doing these big old dookie feed-in braids on myself. My sister arrived with freshly washed hair, and it has shrunken up. You guys, it's crazy how much natural hair shrinks. She is a transitioning natural, so she has some straight ends on there still that we need to trim off. I'm gonna go ahead and blow her hair out. I find that braids come out neater when done on blown out hair, so I'm starting by using a blow dry mist. And then as for the dryer, I'm using my handy dandy Revlon one-step dryer. Y'all, I love this dryer. I feel like every natural needs this in their arsenal. Like, you just need this as one of your tools. And it's great. It's under $30. Like, you can't beat it, because hair tools be expensive nowadays. So as you can see, she only has a little bit of relaxed ends left. If I wasn't braiding her hair today, I would go ahead and trim those ends off, because like, why hang on to that? But since we are braiding, I'm gonna go ahead and leave them on there, because trying to hide blunt, freshly cut ends into a braid is the most annoying thing ever. So you guys see me doing that on my own hair since I have a blunt cut. You guys see me trying to hide my blunt ends in these braids, and it's just a pain in the butt. When we take these braids out, I'll go ahead and trim the rest of the relaxed ends off. This is the approximate amount of hair I'm using for each braid, and I'm splitting it into sections of about 4 to 5. I just kind of like eyeball it depending on like the thickness of the hair in each section. I braid down quite a bit before I add hair. I find that when you add the sections too often, you can like see the knot, so it doesn't really look like knotless braids. So I kind of, in my head as I'm braiding, I count to 4. So each time my hand crosses over, I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, add a hair, 1, 2, 3, 4, add a hair. Comment below if you kind of count in your head as you're braiding. Also, as I braid, I like to smooth the hair down. This also kind of masks the hair that you're adding in. If there is any type of appearance of a knot visible, it helps blend it if you just kind of glide your hands down to smooth it out. The biggest mistake that I've seen people make is use sections that are too big. So using pieces of hair that are just way too big, and it just creates these crazy lumps. Doing my hair in these big chunky braids, I only use 3 sections. No problem. But when you're doing smaller braids, I feel like the sweet spot is like 4 to 5. As I braid the hair, I like to go ahead and hot water the ends, and I'm using rollers because she wants her hair curly. Or I don't know if she asked for it to be curly or if I just did it. Now in the front of my sister's hair, I use 3 sections. However, those 3 sections are still very small. I'm using 3 sections in the front because I don't want like the weight from the kanekalon to pull on her hair. Usually around like the hairline, I try to use less hair because that's the part that's prone to like breakage and pulling. She asked me to put her hair in a ponytail, so that's what we're gonna do. My sister loves her good ponytail. This style came out very beautiful. This is such a cute hairstyle. I think it suits her really nicely, and she said she liked it even though she wasn't like interacting at all on camera. She looks miserable, right? Or maybe I just think that because I'm her big sister. But she said she liked it when it was all said and done. Now I'm gonna show you guys how I did my hair. These big old chunky dookie feed-in braids. Okay, so I only have 2 braids left and I've already parted them out. This was a style that I wasn't sure I was actually gonna share, because as I was doing it I was like, nah, it's not share worthy. It's just something to just have my hair done in the house, right? So I went ahead and shared because I felt like, if one of my sisters out there got, you know, some kanekalon laying around, and I feel like we all have a little extra time on our hands being that we're just stuck at home, hey, why not just share this style? So I have the same hair that you saw in the beginning of this video, the same hair that I used on my sister's hair and on my other feed-in braids. And I'm taking pretty big sections. So this is the last 2 pieces of kanekalon that I had left, and I'm using it on these 2 pieces. Each section I just split into 3 sections. I'm gonna sound like a hypocrite because in the beginning of this video, as I was doing my sister's hair, some tips that I gave was to braid down so that it blends better. Now you're gonna need to do the opposite for that. You are going to need to start as close to the base as possible. Start adding the hair and don't split it up. Don't wait to add the hair. First, I'm going to add some jam or anything that feels like an edge control, something that will hold the hair down, get it nice and flat. So I've got my 3 sections, and now okay, now it's already time to add the hair. I'm gonna add the hair under my middle finger. The hair is under this finger. So one piece of the fake hair is back here, the other piece is hanging down. I'm gonna grab the fake hair and my real hair and continue that braid. Adding another piece, my second piece. Adding it the same exact way under that middle finger. Toss that hair over. One of the pieces are hanging down, and continue that braid. And our last piece, adding it the same way under that middle finger right here. Tossing that hair over, and then continuing the braid. Now, I don't know if the difference happens because these braids are so much chunkier, but I still stand to, I feel like when the braids are smaller, you need to braid down a little bit. That's just my opinion. That's just how I've been doing things, but this is probably just my 5th time doing some type of feed-in braid style. Actually, no, it's probably like my 8th time because I've done my sister 3 different times feed-in styles, and I've worn at least like 4 different feed-in styles, 4 or 5. So my only issue with any braid style at the moment is because I have a blunt cut, my ends tend to stick out, so I have to really try to like play with the kanekalon to wrap that around my real hair. Okay, so getting that braid done. I am braiding this braid all the way down. It always feels good when you get down to that last braid. Even though I'm gonna have to go in and re-braid down some of the braids because it came down a little bit. Which now that I'm looking at it, I think I want my ends to be straight. This braid needs to be done tighter. I couldn't decide whether I wanted my ends to be kind of like a wavy, like a body wave, or straight. But now that I'm looking at it, I think it looks cleaner straight. So I'm gonna just soak them all in hot water. See, these ends really drive me crazy. I was inspired by Beyonce. I think it's like obvious. Well, it might not be obvious, but you know, when Beyonce did her launch, her Ivy Park launch, her hair, in one of her picture setups, she had, you know, these super chunky braids. She didn't have as many braids as I have in my hair, but they was super chunky. I didn't think that I could like get away with like just wearing my braids super duper chunky like that. And I plan on just wearing my hair to the back like this. So I think straight is best. See, I had initially curled my hair with these chunky curl rods. I'd say this style could be done in like an hour, hour and a half. I need to just trim the ends. So this is the back. And now I got some. In the second row, the braids are super duper chunky. What I'm gonna do is go ahead and foam my hair up and hope that it helps these strays lay down. I'm just gonna wear this for the rest of the evening. Let me go ahead and trim off these straggly hairs. Let me count my braids because I know my girls out there like when I count the braids. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Less than 20 braids. And I got a whole look, you guys. So I'm gonna step back, even though I'm wearing the scarf, but it's a vibe. I think it'll be super cute with my little fedoras. Just super cute. Love it. So I hope I've inspired you. If you don't have any hair laying out around your house, there are different companies on Amazon right now. There's definitely ways you can still purchase. I'll link some hair down below for you guys. I've purchased hair from Amazon before in the past and I actually had no issue, and it was actually cheaper than going to my beauty supply store. So I'll link some down below for your reference. You guys can let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. I'm happy to answer.